Right, this is a video, it's a private video for Slaxxxer, Dave, as he's known to other people. And this is, I might make this public eventually, but I just want to show him a little bit about computer gaming, because he himself has uploaded a load of videos about computer gaming. So I thought I'd share my own experience of computer gaming with him, which is slightly different. I'm going to now open my favourite game, Dangerous Waters. This is, as you can see, made by Sonalist Inc. in 2004, and I think so. It's quite old as computer games go, and I think this is going to show, and I think Slaxxxer will have something to say about this because his own computer games are much more modern. However, very quaint, isn't it? These
Take in all lines. Underway. Shift colors. Launch the Halo. Skyhawk 7, this is 101. Target bearing 285. CIC sonar, submarine bearing 290, range 5,000 yards. Skyhawk 7, this is Skyhawk 9. Target confirmed, course 310, range 3,000 yards. This is Skyhawk 7, roger. Weapon away.
Right, well, Dave, as you probably guessed, this is a combat game, just like yours, except it's a naval simulation rather than an army type version. This game is actually a more updated version of this one, which is Sub Command, which came out, I think, in 2002. So this is a more updated version of that, and now I'm going to just show you. Now, the difference between Sub Command was, in Sub Command, you get the choice of platforms, and you only get 3 choices, which is 3 submarines: the US Navy Seawolf class, the US Navy Los Angeles class, and the Russian Akula 2 class. Now, in this game, as you can see, you get a much bigger choice of platforms. You get like, this is the this here is the Seawolf class, and below that you have the Los Angeles class there, and you have the Akula class, Akula 2 submarine to command. But you also have this, which is the Oliver Hazard Perry class ship. It's a frigate, and that makes the game a lot more interesting. And also this helicopter, the Seahawk helicopter as well, which you can command, and the Orion maritime patrol aircraft. So you have much bigger choice of platforms than you do on. Now this is the various options you have. You have campaign. You can choose. You just call yourself. I just call myself a new player. I'm not bothered. Campaign, multiplayer. You can play other people on the internet. Although this game has now gone out of fashion because it's so old. There's quick mission, players log, mission editor, so you can create your own missions. But I have created a mission. Here's one I created earlier. Here's my list of missions. I created one earlier called Slaxxxer Demo. And my chosen platform is controllable platform is the Seawolf class submarine, which is my favourite platform. Right, so just check what weapons I have. I can choose a number of weapons. These are Mark 48. These are torpedoes. TLAM, that's a land attack missile, which you can actually attack targets on land with. TASM, that's anti-ship missile. Harpoon, another anti-ship missile. And you have stores here. You can store all these up to 42 different weapons, which you can launch at your targets. Now I'm going to open the game now. Right, and as you can see, I'm up there. That's this. I'll just press pause. Okay, one moment. I will just press pause. Now this is your navigation screen. Okay, this is your chart, and you can zoom in by doing this, or you can zoom out by doing that. And there's the scale. There's 100 nautical miles there, 50 nautical miles on the scale, 10 and 5, etc. You just have this scale, right? And there's me there. The blue cross in a circle is me. That is your own ship, as it's called. Okay, just to clarify that. And that's your navigational screen. And along with the navigational screen, you have the 3D display. And there's me there. That's my submarine. And you can like pan around it and everything. You can zoom in and out. You can zoom in and out, no matter what you want to do. It's virtually it's like astral traveling, really. It's a kind of a different it's like traveling around, out of body experience kind of thing. Now as you can see, when you select the 3D option, you press this button here. You get either the navigation screen, the navigation chart, or your 3D image on the main screen, plus the little thumbnail with the other on there. You can always retract the other like that. So I can go to nav screen like that, and 3D image, chart, 3D image, chart, 3D image, and the other is retracted. Now these also you can play. These are your other fighting stations. This is your helmsman's position. This gives you, this is your ship control. That's your course. All right. That's your heading. That's your depth. And that's your speed. And that's your sounding. That's the amount of water under your keel, which you need to know about. I'll just press take play, and then you see I have. There's this is your depth gauge there. Also, this is your orders. All right. As you've heard, oh, that noise. Anyway, what you've just heard is the sonar man. This is your sonar console, okay? You've got a sonar, which is this here, and that's your sonar. This is your sonar log. This is your broadband sonar log, all right? And how it works is this is time versus bearing, and this is your various. That's gone over to towed array. Hang on, I'll just go back to sphere. Now, these lines indicate contacts. These are ships or submarines that you have to know about. Now, the timescale here is 30 seconds. That is 30 minutes. Now, first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to extend the towed sonar array. Oh, it's extended. Sorry, I didn't know that. All right. So now what I'm going to do is I've got myself some contacts. So I go to the navigational screen. Oh, no, not that one. You'll see that those contacts have appeared. I'll just zoom in. These indicate contacts, all right? The lines indicate they're bearing only. These single blotches without the line indicate there's also a distance, which means you have a rough idea of where that contact is. And I always click show history because you get dots to show history. And the quickest way to actually find out where these contacts are is to change direction. So at the moment I'm traveling at 6 knots, 492 feet, bearing 351. I'm going to change speed, so I'm going to click. You see, if you go down here, you see these are your. I'll go to all ahead standard. All ahead standard. Your helmsman reports the order once you give it, and I'm increasing speed now. Look at the speed indicator: 8 knots, 9 knots. It's going up and up. So I'm going to change direction now. You can, if you get impatient, you can always increase the speed just by clicking on the right-hand corner, and time scale increases. Now, the noise you can hear, those beeping noises, is actually active sonar from the ships. That means they're trying to detect you as well. All right, you've got to be careful because those ships will be after you. Now, I'll go to the navigation screen. Hopefully, these will firm up into proper ships. When they do, you've got to know what kind of target they are. Now, what I've done is with this, what you can do, you have the option of just showing what is actually happening. So I'll pause. This is a demonstration game, so I'm going to click Show Truth. I'm going to right-click there and go Show Truth. This tells you what actually is there. All right. So we have here a neutral ship, a car carrier. We have the Newport LPA, which is a Australian ship, which is one of your targets. Another target is the Foxtrot class Indian submarine, and this one here is the Kasturi, which is a ship from Malaysia, I believe. And these are the targets I've got. Now that's just, I'm only showing you this. I wouldn't normally cheat like this, so I'm just showing you what's really there. But what you do is now this here, you have to now, because you know that's the normally what you do is you'd use the narrowband system here to try and work out using these tonals, these frequencies of noise coming from the target, which target they are. Now, we're not going to waste time with that. But as you see, we're changing direction now, so the towed array sonar is moving around, so pretty soon you'll get. Let's just assume that is your target. So I'll say it's a surface contact. We know, because look, I'll tell you what, you go to sonar, and this is the direction of the active sonar ping. All right, so you know that is your enemy. So first of all, you select it as a surface ship using this menu here. Designate category and ID, and I've designated as a surface ship. ID, you have the choice of friendly, assumed friendly, hostile, assumed hostile, or neutral, or unknown. I'm going to click assumed hostile. Now once I've done that, I can then go to this is my weapons, this is my fire control screen, alright? These here are torpedo tubes, and I can choose which what sort of weapon I want to fight the ship with. I'm going to choose the Mark 48 torpedo. I'll press pause again so it doesn't keep pinging at me. Alright, so I will select, I just clicked on there, and I click the tube number, and I select Master 1. This target is now called Master 1. And I do it again, and I'll assign 3 torpedo tubes to that. Alright, now I'll go to, this is the other part of the fire control menu where I can actually flood the tubes. You flood them like this. Normally you need 2 to 3 torpedo tubes on a target of this size. So now I'm now going to fire the tubes, because that, I'm pretty certain that is the weapon. But I might now we now have another. Yep, we have more. We have another target firmed up. I'm actually going to go to periscope depth. I'll register that as assumed hostile for now. I don't know what kind of target it is, but I'm going to just go to periscope depth to work out where to go. So I go to the ship control screen. I go down here and I go to navigate, set depth, PD, periscope depth. I'll increase speed, we're at the right speed. So now look at the depth gauge. The ship is now coming up. Okay, we're going up to periscope depth now. It's very, very interesting to play, because I mean what happens if you go too quickly too deep. Now the sonarman is continuing reporting continuous contacts. Now I know there's 4 platforms out there. I'm going to designate them all as surface and hostile until I know more. I think that there is the submarine. I'll just double check. Yes, that is the Foxtrot class Indian submarine, so I'll just designate that as sub, category, assumed hostile. Okay, I'm just going to just go up. Okay, now I'm getting shallower now. Those pingings you can hear, those annoying you so much, are actually the active sonar coming from my target. They're trying to hunt me down as well. So I now have to... Now we're getting close to... Periscope depth is 61 feet. And now 64 feet, so I'm going to raise the periscope. Try and get a visual on the target. Okay, so I'm going to pause for a moment. Now, where are we? Okay. Now you see we're now above the surface. So I'll just now this signal strength here. This indicates that we're being scanned by radar, and so you don't want to keep the periscope up too long. Just going to turn the press pause, because you don't want to have the periscope up too long. Now our bearings are to the north. So, for instance, this is that's 319 as our bearing. So I'll press pause again. Oh, that's all right. We're getting close. So I'll go to 319. And you can actually increase magnification like this. And you should be able to see it. We should be able to see our target. And yes, we can. There it is. So I'll press mark. Oops, no. Can you just see it poking above the waves there? That's our target. I'll take a photo of it, and what you could, once you've got it, you've got a photo of it. So there it is. So you can now know what it is. And what I'm going to do now, I've got a visual on it, is I'm going to go back down deep, and I'm going to fire. So I'm going to go back down to, say, 261 feet.
Make my depth 261 feet. Dive I.
Go to all ahead standard. That takes my speed up to 15 knots. Oh, I'm still got on show truth. I mustn't do that as cheating. There we go. Oh no, I didn't have it on show truth. No. I've done pretty good job actually of assessing where these things are. Now I'm going to go down, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to open the torpedo tube doors. That is the bow caps, the outer doors of the torpedo tubes. Right, and when we're ready, we shall fire. Okay, we're going down now. Okay, I'm going to open the fire. I'm going to fire now before they shoot me. So I press launch.
Aye, sir.
Launch tube 2.
Aye, sir.
And launch tube 3.
Launch tube 3. Aye, sir.
Sonar.
So now those torpedoes are on their way to the target. So now I'm going to just what I'll do now is, because I like using the, I'll just pause for a minute. What I do now, because I like using the 3D display, I shall just you can actually watch the torpedoes on 3D display as well. Click history, and this one here, so I'll click history on that one. Those two torpedoes are running side by side, and there's this one here. Click show history, and this one here I'm going to go to as well. So you can actually watch the torpedoes approaching the target. So they're now, because you have a firing solution, I'll tell you what I mean. This is your target motion analysis. All right, this is your screen. Now I have it on auto crew. You see, you have the option here of auto crew. I always have an auto crew because this is too complicated for me to do myself. You can actually enter in bearings, course, speed, and range of the target based on sonar data from this particular station. All right, so but now what I'm going to do is I'm going to let the auto crew do that, and now I'm just going to let the torpedoes run to their target, which they are. Just increase the speed a bit. That's it. And what you can do is, when your torpedoes get close enough, you can control your torpedoes from here. Look, this is how you can change their heading and enable them, which means, so I'll press enable actually because they're nearing their target. And this one too. I might say the other one because the submarine is very close. And you can press enable, which means they start pinging their own active sonar at the target to try and take it on. I'm actually going to I'm just going to change the bearing of that one, the third torpedo I fired, and actually aim it at the submarine, the Foxtrot class Indian submarine, because I want to. Because there's two targets and 3 torpedoes. It'd be a shame to waste them. So let's just see which one they go for. One of them's going for that one. I'm keeping the other one on pre-enable for the time being. Don't know what this one's doing. It's going all over the place. So I'm enable that third one now. I don't know what this one's doing. I'll just pre-enable him, get him back on course. Sorry about this, mate. Sorry about this, Dave. I'm just going to try and rearrange this. 280 degrees is basically in that direction. I'm going to get this third torpedo here back on course. So it's now, this one here is now going towards its target. So I'm going to just follow. If you just follow that one in now with its that one I think is going for the submarine. Now this one is going for the other ship. Right. I pre-enable that one. We'll just follow that one onto its target, and this one here onto its target. There, we'll target those at the ship. Enable. We can now watch them go, and hopefully we'll get the ship will blow up when the torpedoes hit it. Increase speed a bit. Of course, the ship is now going to run. It's going to try and get away. There we are. Oh, got it. Whoa. Do you see that? Okay, so I took that ship out. If you go to see that grey box there, that's the ship I've just sunk. Casturi FF. That's a frigate. I've just sunk that frigate. Die in bed, you Trojan pig dog. Gunyar, gunyar, as Dave Lister would have said. Now what I'm going to do now is I'm going to turn back towards the submarine. So I've still got a torpedo active there, which was the ship was actually sunk by one torpedo. So I'm going to pre-enable that and turn it back to. I'm going to change its heading to turn it back. See, you can control the torpedoes with wires. Real submarines and ships do this. So I'll turn that back to say 90 degrees. Hopefully it'll turn back. Yes, it will. Meanwhile, this other one here, I'm just going to turn back. And it is. I'll just enable it again. And on this one up here, I will turn back down to south. Take it down to 108, which is south. Oh, now then that. What happened there was, I think, if I'm right, I'll just cheat again. Is that, yep, this, what happened here is this submarine here released one of these countermeasures which can actually confuse torpedoes, which are often used to confuse torpedoes. There's the submarine there. There he is. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn that torpedo towards it. Normally, of course, I wouldn't cheat like this. Not really. So I'm going to turn that torpedo towards it and enable it. So, and there we are. And enable, that's it, there we go, it's enable. Now let's just see what it does. Is it going to go for the noisemaker, or is it going to go for the ship or the submarine? Let's have a look. And yep, it's going for the submarine. Nice one, it's going for the submarine. Boom, and I got him. Die, motherfucker! Yep. Now, what I've got to do now is I've got a third ship to take out, which I'm going to do with using a different type of weapon. I'll use a missile. So you have one more ship there, which is your Newport landing LPA. So what I have to do is I have to get out of. I have to increase the range a bit. So I'm going to go increase speed, get some distance between this ship and mine, and see if I can take it out with a missile. Just go a bit deeper, go to say 600 feet, that's it, 666 feet.
My depth 661 feet. Dive off.
661 feet, that means I can go to flank speed, which is really, really fast, and I can attack that ship with, but I have to open the range. I have to be a minimum amount of range in order to use a missile against that ship.
Loud explosion on the bearing of Master 3.
That's just the ship I attacked before. Okay, so I'm now a good range. I'm now a good distance from the ship. I'm not more than 10 miles away. So I'll go back to normal time speed, and I shall reverse. I'll go to a reciprocal course
301 Helmine.
and periscope depth.
Make my depth 061 feet. Dive off.
Now, Dave, if you go too shallow on this, if you go shallow at above a certain speed, you start cavitating. This means the submarine starts making noises. So you should hear in a moment, it'll warn me I'm going too fast. I should get con sonar, cavitating. Come on.
Con sonar, cavitating.
Thanks, Mike Gordy. A bit slow on the uptake there, sonar man. So when that happens, you just go to a slower speed. So I'll press full speed. I was at flank speed, I'm going to full speed now. So I'm going a bit slower.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Thank you. So I'm now no longer cavitating. But when you go above, look at the depth gauge there, winding up.
Steady on course 301.
Pretty soon you're going to get a cavitation warning again.
Con sonar, cavitating.
In that case, you just go slower. You go down to standard speed.
Helmine.
I know from experience that standard speed you get a
Con
you start
sonar, no longer cavitating.
you start cavitating at standard speed when you reach 94 feet. So that's when you go to 2/3 speed, and then when you on 2/3 speed you can go right up to periscope depth at 2/3 speed. So just increase the speed a bit. That's it. Time speed.
Con
Yep.
sonar, cavitating.
So I'll go to 2/3, and this will take me up to
Con
periscope
sonar,
depth,
no longer cavitating.
and that will take me right up to periscope depth. And then you have to go to 1/3 speed,
I'll head 1/3 Helmine.
because if you raised any of the masts at too fast a speed, the mast breaks off, and then you're a bit embarrassing.
Recommend lowering
Oh.
all mast and antennas.
He's recommending me lowering the mast antennas, but that's only because I'm above 6 knots. But the thing is, I'm slowing down, not speeding up, so it doesn't matter. So now I've got to find the bearing of my target, which is there. Okay, so I'll go just hide truth for a minute. I've got a pretty good bearing on the target. Master 2, 287, bearing 287, 13,000 yards, speed 10 knots. So I've got a pretty good. It's round about that mark. It's actually round about there. Actually, the target. It's just where that noisemaker is. So I'm not going to select that as my target. I'm going to change that to make it easy. I'll just change that to the surface platform. There we are. Now I'll just use Master 4 as my target. So what I'm going to do now, I'm at periscope depth, is I'm going to select, back to the weapons firing screen, find out where I am, select Master 4 as my target for the harpoon missile. See there in tube number 8. So now I'm going to go to tube 8 and I'm going to flood that tube. That's it. Flood the tube. That's it. Open the bow cap. And you're almost ready to fire, except your speed. You've got to reduce your speed. I'm at 5 knots, which is too fast. You shoot a missile at that speed, you're going to lose it. It's going to break off. So I go to all stop.
All stop. How mine?
Now watch the speed come off here. As soon as it goes below 4 knots, I can fire. So I'll just, come on, hurry up. 4, 3, that's it. I'll just put a 2-knot bell on the ordered speed,
Turns for 2 knots. Maneuver at 9.
just to stop it from... So now, with any luck, I will have a clear shot of that Master 4 target. So what I do is... it's fun to fire from periscope depth. You can use this menu here to choose which orders, which you want to do. Alright, so gives you... Oh, it hasn't given me the option. That's strange. Right, oh, something's happened here. Master 4, select target. Oh, that's it. I forgot to select the target. So that explains it. I didn't go to. I should have gone to the fire control screen and selected the target, and I didn't. All right. So now you have the option of fire tube 8 at Master 4. So you click that, and you can hear it launch. Now wait for it. Wait for it. Oh, what's happened? Right, we're supposed to have launched it somewhere. Oh, it is. It's flying. Sorry. Sorry about that. What I was hoping to do... I was hoping to let you watch the tool. Unfortunately, I had the periscope trained in the wrong direction. Otherwise, you'd have seen this missile, a harpoon missile, fire out the tube and come out of the water. It's really, really good. It comes right out of the water. You can actually watch it coming out of the water. I'll just launch another one just to show you. Where are you? Right. Where am I? So I'm pointing at. Of course, just point the train the periscope in the way I'm running. 301. I'll just reload the tube just so I can show you that. I'll load this tube with a. I'm going to pause again. Now, how do I do this? That's it. I'll just reload that with a harpoon there. You can choose a different weapon for that tube. And as you can see, that is now going to reload. In the meantime, this missile is streaking towards its target. Speed, increase time speed, and whoa, it should hopefully... Oh. Did I get him? Did I get him? No, I didn't. No, the thing fired back. I'll have another go with another missile. All right. Right, so this is good. So I'll just flood that. Oops. What's happening? Still waiting for it to come out. I'll just select that again. So what shot him out? What shot him out? Something shot that missile out of the sky. Here we go. Yeah, that's your Newport. Oh, I got him. I got a hit on him. But I didn't try. I'm going to have to take him out again with another missile. So, select missile, harpoon missile. There's other weapons you can use as well. High truth. Master 4, select as your target. Flood tube. Open bow cap. And now I should get the option of actually... What's happening here now? Master 4, right. So now it should give me the option of fire tube 7 at Master 4. Now watch this. This is fun. You will see it launch. There he goes. See it? You can increase magnification and you can watch him go. And there goes that missile on its way to its target. Show history. Now I'm going to try and take out that ship again. I'll go to show truth to make it more interesting. There we are. So now you can actually see what's really happening. Here we go. Right, come on, let's go. Let's get him. You can actually watch the missile actually attack the ship. Die, motherfucker! Death to the enemies of the American Empire. Oh, I got him, but I didn't. He's still 83% damage, so not to worry. Anyway, that is. I'll just end that game now because that's enough of that. Okay, but that's you can save the game or end it. It's up to you. I'll end that one. But basically, it's a fun game. as I said, you have your various different ships and submarines. Like you can have a surface ship, or where's that other game? I use all of them. Southern Seal. Here we go. You have the choice of different submarines, a Kilo class submarine, all of them, or a surface ship. I mean, it's a big, complicated game, but really it's great fun because you can also play the role of an aircraft pilot or helicopter pilot as well. So, all right, it's not as cool as in terms of sophisticated graphics. It's not as cool as your PlayStation 4. All right, but I mean, I think it's more playable. I think it's more fun. And it's a 2004 game with rather homespun technically by today's standards, but I find it very entertaining. I play for hours. I'll often listen to radio shows while I'm playing it, and I really like it. And I just thought I'd share that with you. This is a private video. I just thought I'd share it with you so we can sort of like compare notes as gamers, although we're very different kinds of gamers playing different kinds of game. So enjoy your PlayStation 4, Dave, and I shall continue to enjoy Dangerous Waters, and I'll talk to you soon.